Hi friends, welcome to a 15-minute mobility practice where we'll go through shoulders, ankles, hips, spine, and wrist to just have a quick, easy mobility practice that you can do every day. I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. First thing everyone should be doing is hanging from a bar or something else in your house for 1 minute. You can see that I'm getting my arms up and overhead, grabbing onto the bar, but I still have my feet on the ground. If this is what your bar hang or hang looks like today, that's okay. You can leave your feet on the ground, just transfer as much of your weight into your hands as you can. If you're able to lift one foot up, you can try that. Maybe the other foot comes up. And really what we're trying to do is build up your hang tolerance for 30 to 60 seconds. Once you start to get up to here, you'll feel your shoulders decompress, your back feels a lot better. This also sometimes really helps my neck when I'm just hanging and look up and down a few times. If you haven't got a bar in your house, you can always try putting a towel or some straps through a sturdy door and then reach up and hang from the straps this way. You'll see I'm just sitting here, but I've got my arms over my head and I'm putting and experimenting with getting more weight into my hands, working on not only my shoulders, but grip strength as well. If this feels okay, you can try bringing your arms up a little bit higher on straps or the towel or whatever you've got on your door. I'm seeing and experimenting with having your seat off the ground. Again, trying to go for 30 to 60 seconds of hang time, either with your feet on the ground or not. The next thing you can try is the shoulder protocol. This is a great all-around shoulder workout or mobility exercise you can do every day. So you're going to start by laying down on your front. I like to think about tucking my tailbone under and squeezing my pubic bone down towards the ground. And then reach your hands palm up alongside you and face down looking at the ground. Then you're going to reach your arms up, pause for a moment, and then come back down. Reach up again as high as you can, palms up, and come back down. We're going to do this for 10. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep reaching, 9, 10. Once you get to 10, flip your palms over so palms are down and go ahead right away for another 10. Reach as high as you can, pinch your shoulder blades. This is 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm sure you're feeling the shoulder burn. There's one more. We bring your arms into a T shape like this. Pinch your shoulder blades as you lift off and come back down for 10. Get as high as you can. Nine and 10. Whew. Good job. All right, let's get those wrists. So for your wrists, we want to try loading them in a position that's not going to put too much pressure on them, depending on how strong they're feeling today. So come into a tabletop position and then walk your hands one palm print forward just to start. You're going to try to keep your elbows from bending and then lift your palms up. Leave your forefingers on the ground, but your thumbs can come up, and then lower with control. Lift up, lower down. If this feels okay with your hands at this longer angle, walk your hands back in so you're in the true tabletop position. Might feel a bit more challenging because now you've got more load on them. And if you want to make this even more challenging, you can walk your knees forward, bring your weight more over your palms. You can see how I'm leaning more forward. That gets challenging. If this is too easy for you, you can try doing this with knees hovered or from a plank position. Try it. It's so hard. I can't do it. But do about 10 to 20 palm raises, and you'll feel kind of like a good muscular burn. I feel it all around my wrists, in my hands, kind of where the joints are in my fingers. It's a good way to like really start to warm up your wrists. After you've done palm ups, you want to take your wrist through its full range of motion. And so when you move your wrist, you'll notice that your elbow and your shoulder tend to help out with that. We want just your wrist to be the star of this. So in order to trap it so that your wrist is the only one doing the work, you'll place your elbow against your thigh just so that the elbow can't help. And then your forearm will still try to support this. So we're going to trap your forearm by grabbing it with your other hand, squeezing it, and then try to keep the inside of your forearm facing up the whole time. Next, pull your palm towards your face. And then this is the trick. Spread your fingers as wide as you possibly can. You should start to tremble with how much you're trying to spread your fingers. And then with a good grip on your forearm, start to rotate your palm all the way through your wrist's full range of motion. So I'm only moving from the wrist joint. I'm going to do 3 in one direction. And after you do 3 really slow, really dramatic circles in one direction, switch, go the other direction. You'll notice that some directions are a little bit easier than the other. I find going down a little bit easier. Going up can sometimes feel a little challenging. Okay, you finish 3. I always like people to do a little test. Just rotate your wrists a little and feel the difference just doing 3 rounds on the one wrist feels compared to the other. You probably want to get that evened out, so let's do that. Trap your elbow against your thigh, trap your forearm with your other hand, fingers toward your face, spread your fingers wide. 3 big dramatic circles, fighting for every little bit of range that you have. Keep your fingers spread as wide as possible through each range of motion. The more slowly you go, the more effort you put into this, the better your wrist will feel. And if you're only doing 3 in each direction, so remember to switch directions, you might as well make them 3 of your best ones. And 3. Great. Test that out. Brand new wrists. Good job. Next, we're going to work on balance and ankle stability. So grab either a stick or you can use a wall for this. You're going to press through your foot, grip with your toes, and then kind of squeeze all the muscles supporting your knee and come stand on one foot. Once you get here, you're going to try closing your eyes and standing on foot and foot with eyes closed for 30 seconds. That's what the stick is here for. If you need to catch yourself to maintain balance, use the stick by stamping it down on the ground. But also you'll notice that my ankle is moving quite a bit. And this is hard to do while you're talking. But I'm really trying to catch myself and restabilize myself without having to touch the ground or the wall as best as I can. This is really activating and working the muscles all throughout my leg and ankle and foot. Should almost be at 30 seconds about now. And then after 30 seconds, you can shake it out. I left a pretty good foot mark here. Let's give it a little friend. Step on your other foot. Plant through your foot, squeeze with your toes, claw down. Engage the muscles around your knee. And then close your eyes for 30 seconds. Try to steady your mind as you do this. A lot of people find this very challenging, but just doing this a couple of times a week, you'll start to notice a difference in your balance and your ability to do this. Maybe you'll be able to even do it for 1 minute instead of 30 seconds. Maybe even 90 seconds. Keep trying. I'm sure I probably look pretty silly, but you can't see because I hope your eyes are closed too. And good. Put both feet down. Shake it out. Feel how active your legs now probably feel. Working on more ankle mobility and strength, you're going to come down into a squat, hands on the floor. And then I'll show you from the side. You're going to rock forward, bring your heels up, drop your knees on the ground, rock backwards, try to squish your heels down. So you're just rocking back and forth between this kneeling position and this squat position, feeling your ankles roll through this range of motion. You can do it without your hands, or if you need a little bit more support, find a surface, and then you can hold onto the surface to push yourself in and out of this position. Really try to roll over your ankles, and you're also getting a good toe spread here on your toes as you come forward. Do about 10 to 15 of these. This will really help with your knees And if this feels okay, another option would be to, instead of going 2 at a time, you drop one knee down and lean away so you get a nice quad stretch. Then come back into the squat, drop another knee down, lean away from your leg so you feel a stretch in your quad, and come back through. 10 to 15 should be enough for you to start feeling pretty warm here. This is the fastest hip opener you'll ever do, probably. We're going to take your feet wide, maybe turn your toes out slightly, and you want enough room to be able to sink your butt down between your legs. So if your torso is a bit bigger, widen your legs even more. I'm going to go probably like heels are about shoulder distance on me. That feels like a good position for me with toes turned out. Then you're going to think about keeping your torso upright as you sink your tailbone down, track your knees so they go over your toes, and sit your butt down as low as you can get it. You might be up here. Maybe that's as low as you can get. That's okay. We're just trying to work within what depth you have available to you. You're going to either reach your fingers under your toes, or if you can't reach your toes, grab onto your legs. Once you're in this position, straighten your arms, and then press your toes down into your hands and start to pull up with your hands. So your hands are pulling as your feet are pushing down, and your tailbone continues to sink while your arms remain straight. Put as much effort into this as you possibly can. This should feel very challenging. Do this for 15 seconds, pushing and pulling in opposition. And then for another 15 seconds, you're going to sink your tailbone down like you're planting it like a root, and then reach your arms up into the air as high as you can. Keep sitting down. You might even, as I'm doing right now, get your butt onto the ground. That is the goal of squats generally, is ass to grass. So 15 seconds of really trying to lever your arms up as you sit your tailbone down. After 15 seconds, that's it. Whew. We'll next get into your spine. So start with some cat-cow movements. I'm going to just tuck this in so you can see more of the movement. So for cow, you are thinking about tailbone up, chin up, and dropping your belly and chest. So kind of making a U shape with your back. And then for cat, it's the opposite direction, kind of an upside down U. Do these movements like 2 or 3 times just to warm up. Feel your spine articulate in opposite directions. And then find your deepest version of cow. So really think about tailbone pointing up towards the ceiling, chin up as high as you can get it, and then drop your belly, drop your chest. Squeeze your back. And then start to push your hands and your knees into the ground, activating all the muscles in your body. And then push your hands forward as you push your knees backwards. They're not actually going to move because the floor is there. But you're going to try to keep your spine in this U shape as best as you can as you push in opposite directions for 15 seconds. And then you're going to switch directions, pull your hands and your knees towards one another while you keep your back in this shape. It's going to change things. Effort as hard as you can for 15 seconds. Breathe. And then right away come up into your deepest version of cat. You're going to push down into the ground with your knees and hands, and then push your hands forward, push your knees backwards. Keep this shape of cat as best as you can. Sorry, it might sound weird. I'm eating the microphone right now. Keep pushing. And then change directions. Hands pull towards knees, knees pull towards hands. Keep the shape of your spine as best as you can. 15 seconds of pulling towards each other. Good. Next, we'll look at thoracic reaches. So you can do this just from sitting with your knees bent, hands kind of behind you. What you're going to do is reach one arm up into the air, reach as high as you can, and then come and tap over, try to reach the ground. Come back up and repeat. Reach, try to tap the ground. The goal is to keep your butt on the ground while you're doing these reaches. Do 5 to 8 per side. And I'll show you how you can make this a little bit more challenging is by coming up into a reverse tabletop, coming up onto one arm, and then coming over and reaching. This way you're getting shoulder stability as well as thoracic rotation. Again, about 5 to 8 on each side. Make sure you switch sides. Keep your butt on the ground if you're doing the seated version. And remember to breathe. I find it easier to breathe out as my hand is coming down. Just feels like it makes more room for me to roll over. Again, more challenging version. Press through your stabilizing hand and come twist over to the other side. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you have a good day and feel amazing and open in your body.